Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paul Pedretti. I'm here at Westbrook Village, which is an apartment community in East Islip, and I'm representing Autism Communities today. Autism Communities is a nonprofit that, from the time it was founded by Charlie Massimo, has been singularly focused on providing independent housing opportunities with supports for young adults with autism. And my personal perspective on the subject is as a parent. I have two girls, two daughters, one of whom is in her mid-20s, on the ASD spectrum. And I can tell you, as a parent, and many of you are living this as well, what keeps us up at night is the thought of what happens when we can no longer care for our loved ones or they can no longer live in the family home. And so we ask ourselves the question that, why can't our children with autism have the same opportunities to live independently as our typically developing kids who eventually find their way to their own place or their own home? And the answer to that question is we can. It can be done, and it is being done. So as proof of that, I have an announcement to make today, and that is that the first two roommates, sponsored by and assisted by Autism Communities, have moved in to a two-bedroom apartment here at Westbrook Village at the beginning of November. So two young men in their mid-20s. It's a very proud moment for Autism Communities, and certainly it's a momentous occasion for the families. But probably as important as that is that the message that we're sort of delivering here is one of hope. We're able to answer that question that I talked about, the question of why not us. We're able to answer that it can be us. We can do this, and we are doing it. So we committed to going forward with this in a safe manner, even through COVID-19, which I have to say did slow us down and certainly threw us a curveball like it did with everything we're all doing now. But we did that because it's so important and it's so needed. There's literally thousands of individuals and families, many of you watching this, on Long Island alone, that could benefit from taking part in a model like this. So it's truly a groundbreaking time, not only for our new residents, but for autistic adults everywhere. And I think it's fair to say that it represents the start of or the continuation of an independent life for them, for the residents, and remember, and for their families. So here at Westbrook, when you're here, you can really feel a true sense of community. It's a safe, loving environment, state-of-the-art amenities, location, near the family home for many of us. And I think it's important to remember, when you ask yourself the question of who can benefit from what we are putting together here, a lot of times when we do that, when we ask ourselves that, we end up, many of us think, I'm not so sure that my son or daughter could qualify. This might be a bit above their head, might be too much for them. Well, the fact is that the beauty of this model is that it appeals to a broad spectrum of abilities. And in fact, this very first case is one where 24/7 supports were required and have been pulled together. A lot of work goes into putting that in, by the team. But the fact is that it's proof that it can be done and it is being done. So probably the most challenging model was the one that we took on first and successfully, overcame. So the important, one of the important things to remember about how it works on a logistical basis is that the lifestyle and the daily activities don't change. They come with the self-directed person. They're still going to live their same self-directed life. It's just that they're laying down their head in their own place now instead of at mom and dad's house. So, this is, we're very excited about this, and I can't tell you how happy we all are for these two young men and their families. But it's just the start. It really is. We're going to need continued support from the community, from businesses, and from all of you. And just a few sort of partnerships and things that we're engaging in at the same time to mention. One is we are working on joint ventures right now, with local colleges and universities that will allow us to build a labor pool of qualified staff people, direct support professionals, both for emergency staffing, which is a service we're providing here, as well as typical staff needs. And simultaneously, Club AC, which you can read about and check out on our website, provides social and educational forums to families. Some really cool stuff has been done in the past, and we have some great things coming up on the calendar there as well. But all of this requires capital. It requires financial capital. So I also wanted to announce that Autism Communities is launching what we're calling Autism Communities Giving Week, and we're going to open it up on December 4th, and we will provide an easy link for you to follow and ask for your help because fundraising is really how this thing works, right? So finally, I would say if things are going through your mind right now and you're asking how you might either participate, or you have an individual that that may take advantage of our model, volunteer, get in contact with us, check out our website. We are amenable to all those inquiries. Lastly, I want to just say thank you to all our past donors. We certainly hope that you will, we appreciate you being there at our side through this whole thing and seeing this come to fruition, and we hope that you will stick with us. To our member families and individuals, likewise, and to our board of directors and our advisory board that does absolutely yeoman's work, all volunteer, and it would not happen without every one of you. So lastly, just feel free to ask questions, comment on Facebook. We will certainly make every effort to respond to each of those inquiries. And thanks for watching and helping us celebrate this big moment in our history. And we hope to see you all or hear from you all on December 4th. Thanks.